Okay, well I'm gonna dig just a little bit. I seen the track listing, and I saw Pete Rose, and I saw Cujo. I'm watching Twitter. I'm seeing surges of the Dungeon movement coming back. I'm seeing Outkast got something playing. Andre got a solo. Big Boy got a solo.
Yeah.
You know, so I gotta know, man. What's up with Pete Rose, man? How the track sounding? How that come together, man?
Some banging. Some shit. Okay, well basically, it's kind of crazy because they told us we couldn't even get the beat at first. You know what I'm saying? Like Organized Noise was like it's Dre's beat actually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Dre 3000 ended up coming to the studio. He was like, damn, man, I had that beat for a little while. I just didn't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, basically, you know, we inspired him to be like, okay, cool, yeah. He was really feeling it. So every time we played this album for our people, you know, they really gravitate to that song Pete Rose. And if y'all know the history on Pete Rose, his nickname Charlie Hustle. You know what I'm saying? Pete Rose, he played for the Cincinnati Reds. He basically shunned out of the Hall of Fame because of gambling. You know, well, his whole gambling thing was about gambling on himself, betting on himself to win. You see what I'm saying? Not to lose, to win. You know, and what real man don't want to bet on himself with the confidence of himself and his team to get that W. You know what I'm saying? So that's Nappy Roots. You know what I mean? We definitely think we would have won the team right now. So we on our Pete Rose. You know what I'm saying?
Cujo's still on it.
Cujo's the man. Nah, Cujo's the man. He's our real peoples too, man. Real good folk. And the fact that we just wrote the hook with him in mind.
Yeah.
And he came in the studio and knocked this shit out. You know, 1 or 2 takes. It was a beautiful thing, man. So shout out to Cujo, Goody Mob. They got a new album coming out soon. You know.
Oh yeah.
So the Organized Noise is definitely busy right now. The first is this Nappy Roots project, Nappy.org, September 27th.
How did Hey Love come about with Samuel? Because that's a killer track right
I sat with Ray for a little while on that one. You know, at first we was going over there, they was making beats for us.
Yeah.
And I had an opportunity to get a CD from them. And that song was actually on the CD. Out of about 20 beats, that was the one that kind of stuck out. Like, you know, we got to do this. Like, this is the one that needs to be the not the tip of the spear, but needs to be heard. You know what I'm saying? And everybody had something that could relate to that the whole concept. So, and Ray had been sitting on that for a while. He was going to use it for something on a personal project. But I guess he felt that, you know, we could have a better shot at it than what he was going to do. And I guess we, you know, won that over as well. A lot of the songs on the album though coming out, it was an equal effort from both sides though. Like we came with concepts and ideas and picked beats, and then they came with beats that was just banging and had some concepts as well already on. You know what I'm saying? So the merge for us to relate to them and then to have shit that was right in our alley that they might have been sitting on for a while, didn't have the artists to do it.
Oh yeah, I think everyone who, when they first heard that y'all was hooking up with Organized Noise, that's you think peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, like we always want these niggas to work with these niggas, and now it's finally happening. So you know everybody's pleased at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
You think of 2 superpowers, just to put it in comic book terms, think of 2 superpowers. What if Superman linked up with the Incredible Hulk, you know, and they got together and started fighting crime, writing rhymes together, and that's what this Nappy.org is. The merging, you know, 2 superpowers.
So what inspired the .org? The .org for the album?
Nappy Roots, we 50-50 here. And our name is Nappy Roots, their name is Organized Noise, so Nappy.org.
Okay,
so 50-50 blood in, blood out with us. You know, let's do this thing where it's supposed to be presented as Kentucky's best and Atlanta's best pioneers that ever. Whenever you done with it, like they made Atlanta rise from the Olympics, and we made Kentucky rise from the sticks, and it was like
should put that bitch on the map. Or nothing else. You can't say nothing else lighter than we put Kentucky on the map. And I take that. We probably the most underrated. Not to cut you off, man, but we the most underrated group.
I would agree. I would agree.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be that than the most overrated group. You know what I'm saying? Where anybody even giving a fuck. Cause why they always out there? I'd rather be the group that someone's always checking for, that you can find shit on, and when you find it, it's some shit you ain't never heard before that's like refreshing.
Yeah.
I'd rather be that group for a decade than be the motherfucker that's hot for right now and you don't hear from them next year.
Yeah, you
see motherfuckers gonna go, that's, you know.
That's like you said, you made 11 tracks specifically 11 tracks. You didn't do 30 and pick the hottest 10. You know what I'm saying? Like what everybody's doing.
I look at rapping like making it to the NBA. Like when you make it to the NBA, we all pro. Everybody's at this even playing field. Only the best get shoe deal, commercial deal, shit like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you get in, that's making it pro. You get your shit on the radio, and you book your shows and making it pro. But how many times have we seen some jerk come in and fuck off his spot, do a drive-by, something in the program? So we look at it like that. Get back to Skinny D, I guess, because I cut him off accidentally.
Nah, I was just gonna say that then what you were saying was it's the industry side of it. So many people trying to do it because they think it's easy, and they do it and they do the wrong deal, and then they stuck and they lose their shit because they didn't know what really the game was about. And for us as Nappy Roots, the game is about a career and longevity. When we first got in the game, we very strategic of what we do.
What, since what, 95?
Well, we hooked up in 95. Me and Clutch, came with the idea of let's start this group and really, do something. And that was 95, but 98 is when we locked it down with these guys and put out our first album.
Yeah.
But just learning the game and really studying it and working through the system of the game to where we're at right now, it took us this far to get this far, but it's cool. Yeah. A lot of artists don't get this opportunity to get this far. And to be relevant 10 years in the game and have people still respect you and talk about you and look forward to hearing your music no matter how old you are. And we're just growing with the game, so the game is changing and constantly growing. Yeah, but that's a good thing. It's a good thing to so many artists because now you can separate the real from that.
Oh, no,
but what we need in the game is more so a balance, man. Yeah, there ain't no more A&R, there ain't no more checking of we let everybody through the floodgates. And that shouldn't be that way because it's so easy to put an album out online. It's so easy to sell a project. It's so easy for you right now to cut a project and in 4 weeks have that shit on iTunes. Probably less than that if you already got it ready. You know what I'm saying? And it's so many of that it floods the floodgates. There's too many artists and not enough fans.
Yeah.
And it needs to be back to more fans respecting the craft and loving the artists that are out and supporting those specific artists. And the artists, let those artists that respect the game be able to survive to make their music and let everybody else just kind of fade away and fall out. And that's kind of what's happening. Yeah. But it needs to be more support of the artists. And that also is what, if you rapping, you don't really buy music. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to sell your shit.
You and your own shit.
And you see the difference of how many people are rapping and not buying shit. And that's what's also killing the consumer along with the illegal download. Yeah. Once people really understand that they can't really rap, and this shit really is a real fucking business, and this could be a career for you if you took it the real way and could respect the craft, then you would have life. And if you don't respect it, you won't. And that's simple as that. Your fans will tell you you're done. That's what hip hop tells you. And the fans will tell you you're done before you know you're done. You still run around trying to be this artist that's it's not even you. The thing about Nappy Roots is it's still us. What you see right now is what you see on stage. You see on stage what you see at home. You can see me in the mall. I mean, there ain't nothing to it. Like, I ain't got to put on no shit, man. You know, so. Well, I love that part about us.
I will say, man, I'm part of the Nappy Roots fan base, man. I can remember just growing up with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Through college, through the through the po folks, you know what I'm saying? Like, dorm room parties, getting twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we heard, we still got that.
I can take college memories and I can attach it to a Nappy Roots track.
Exactly.
I can't do that with a lot of the microwave, we call it the microwave generation, me and Chris, but it's a microwave generation, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we like a Thanksgiving dinner, bro.
And another thing I wanted to say is that, I mean, between y'all and the whole Dungeon Family movement is, if you really check it for it, I know, like here we got the Dungeon Family Generation X movement kicking off with, Alien Craft is opening up here tonight, but it's a part of that, but I just wanted to shout them out because that's real music, stick to your ribs music, and it spawned, it's a matriculation from what y'all started, you know what I'm saying? So just seeing that, the music passed down like that.
Leon been in it for a minute.
Yeah.
Leon ain't no spring chicken. Yeah, he was in, what's the name?
Backwoods.
Yeah. Backwoods. So shout out to my dog, man. He go on tour with us a lot too, man. Shout out to my dog.
You look at it right now, you look at music, and you look at the way things are going and the way that things are going to be. I was just sitting with Scales the other day and we was talking about we're going to be the first 50-year-old riding around listening to hip hop.
We was just saying the other day, we're gonna be grandfathers still bumping crit. Two grandbabies.
Yeah. We are.
Boy, you don't know about shit about like too short. This is why, you know, this is when cats was kittens, you know, and shit like that. So I'm saying, speaking of it like that is, now that there's a market for the real to remain, now you can be 30 years old and checking too short, or 31, you know, still remember what it is. But we them cats that rise like the Temptations did, or take it to where the Beatles do it. Nappy Roots trying to be more the Grateful Dead of rap, or the Rolling Stones of
Man, I
rap.
got the Grateful Dead right here.
I see that.
Right here on the
So we haven't had our moment yet. We haven't really had the moment that we're gonna have, is what I believe. Like, we doing what we're supposed to do, but 10 years is like, and you still are doing what you're doing, able to do that is a blessing.
It's an achievement, man.
It is an achievement.
Because you know they want to say hip hop is a young man's game, but you know hip hop is getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like it started off in the early '80s. You know what I'm saying? Like 70s. You know what I mean? So you talking about 40 years.
You had it in the early.
You wasn't even born.
Well, I wasn't born. Yeah, a lot of people who's probably watching this wasn't born. You know what I'm saying? When hip hop first started. But the thing is, like, everybody wants to be hot and famous, but for real, what you really want is that longevity. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at the artists that like we still listen to, as far as the Michael Jacksons, you go to the Grateful Dead, you go to the Rolling Stones. You know, these motherfuckers been in the game 20 years, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And rest in peace, Michael. But I mean, you know, for Nappy Roots to be out here 10 years in the game, it's a lot of artists that you probably like right now that ain't had 10 years in the game. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna get it.
I mean, they done. It's a wrap. It's over. And the thing I like to go back is, it's like, you know, we get people saying, well, where have we been? You know, and that Roots, we've been told we do 200 days a year at least. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got people who, you know, come see us out. But the thing is, like, we're independent right now. So, like, going back to my point earlier, you know, you got to dig a little deep and check for us, but we've been putting out shit every year.
Oh yeah,
and for somebody to, like a younger artist, this is what you want. You want longevity in the game. You know what I'm saying? So Nappy Roots catalog is deep, and you're gonna see it tonight on the stage. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, damn, I remember.
Yeah.
I was in the dorm room. You know what I'm saying? Feeling on this bitch's hand. You know what I'm saying? To the heads up. You know what I mean? So you know, you're gonna see our shit, man.
Well, my last question is just about that longevity, man. I was gonna say, what's the secret, man? I mean, 10 years in, what's the secret?
Go for no tricks. Know you're gonna be on the roller coaster. Understand your corner. Have your corner understand you. Meaning corner, meaning family. Realize it's gonna be life. You're gonna share life experience. It's gonna be up and downs. But most of the thing, look in the mirror and find you. Don't try to change and do what you call them done, or stab your jaw, or bullshit like that. Just be you. And Nappy Roots always speak for the working class. That's us. You know, motherfucker put a bullpen in their face, or get one of them circle earrings, or change his toenails, or have somebody shoot him.
I mean, if that's you, that's you.
You know what I'm saying?
Where are we?
I'm saying, I mean, hold on, let's get this goddamn shit.
They don't have it.
Hold on, ain't no goddamn editor. Somebody eat off bank had his marketable personality. And they had times you may see the 70s wig on the boy looking like a little dice from the city of God.
Come on, Ray. Come on, Ray.
Listen here, it's going down. It's going to be, for our artists as young to try to do your thing, it's going to be a lot of folks trying to change you. But you got to remain you. And a lot of people like to be them and being normal and being accepted. And they'll never be but what somebody expected them to be. But you got to keep it you. And that's the best scenario. Nappy Roots, a decade strong, and I think our better days is in front of us. May we praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. And where's my book?
Amen.
Hey, man, we out.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Skinny the Bill from the Nappy Roots, chilling with the Nappy Roots. Yeah. And we here chilling with Inspired Magazine, man. Y'all keep it locked in Nappy and don't go nowhere. September 27th, nappy.org. Yeah.